crew. First time I've been in this workshop for a week, I think. Miss me? I missed you and this vehicle. Now I went in to a CNC place to see if they could cut me some metal, but I didn't hear from them for a couple of weeks. I guess they're not really interested in small jobs for, I don't know, for someone. So I also needed 10mm plate to make a motor mount, which I don't have yet. I'm going to find a bit of 10mm plate somewhere. And I also need an American steering box for a left-hand drive. I need a left-hand drive steering box. If someone out there can help me, just PM me please. I would like one for that side. You'll find out why. Of course I'll pay for it and the shipping, but I need a good one. I could buy a new one, but I want to keep the budget down, so if I could get a cheap second-hand one, that'd be great. You just can't find them here. Okay, and on my posts in my YouTube I showed these two bits of metal. I requested what they were for, and maybe this will give you a hint. Huh? Possibly, huh? If not, maybe this will give you a hint. They're a little bit out, but not too much. So I'm thinking of either making an adapter, right, which is a possibility. I would like to be able to keep both injector ports. Like, this is of a Coyote, which has the injector port here, but then the Jeep has the injector ports in the heads. So if I could keep these, right, injector ports, that means I could have in future 16 injectors if I really wanted to, right? I could run either two different types of fuel, I guess. Is it worth it though? You can run a flex fuel, right? So with flex fuel, do you really need that? Probably not. So, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I've not made up my mind yet. Otherwise, I've got to do a lot of measuring. The plan is to just cut this off completely and replace it with a Jeep one that I'm going to make up. Now, to make one I will need a CNC machine or something like that. So I'm thinking of getting a drill press and a compound milling bench to go underneath it, so I can, it won't be automated, I'll just be able to mill by hand, so that I can mill these grooves into the aluminium so I can put the seals in there. I do prefer, I don't have to have the seals. Honestly, I could like make a gasket or something like that, but nice if I can put the factory seals in there. It obviously works well because, you know, the Ford uses them too. So I just need to like work out how feasible this is, how well they line up. Not too bad, not too shabby, I say. Not too shabby at all, huh? So, and I've also got to measure, of course, the distance from there to there. So I have, I just chopped up one manifold. I think I have another one here, right? I should have a few of them laying around by now. Yeah, there's this one. The workshop's a bit of a mess. That's what happens when you run off in an emergency. So, let's see. I was kind of hoping. I haven't got anything really ready for this phone camera. I'm just not set up. When you get hit, end up in hospital overnight, and then have to just be there for 3 days, you sort of lose track of what you're doing. Right? So, okay, how's that? Do-do-do-do. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. I don't know if you can see me there, probably not. That is pretty darn good. These are a little bit more offset. Or are they the other way? Oh, it's the other way around, of course. No, they're pretty well spot on actually. And it looks like the width is right too. So as I was saying before, I'm looking for a drill press. Preferably a freestanding one because I don't want to take up more room on my bench. I've got a little Ryobi one. I think it's Ryobi. Yeah, a little Ryobi one, but that wouldn't be able to do any milling. So there's one, but it's a long drive away for $450. But the thing is, it's set up already with the compound bench and also with cooling, liquid cooling. And it's a big old one, and it's high powered. So I may have to go and pick that one up, even though it's like probably take me half a day to go there and pick it up. I have to hire a trailer. But then I'll be able to really easily make these, right? Out of bar like this. This is from an offcuts company that sells offcuts. And you just go through the list what they've got. And in my case, this was the closest they had, which is a little bit too long, but that's fine. I can cut it off again and I can put it in my scrap metal bin, and I'm sure I'll find a use for those bits of large aluminium. They're always handy. I'm going to end up with about 20 centimeters of leftover, or roughly like 8 to 10 inches of offcut. So yeah, so if you leave that with me, I'm gonna somehow get these measurements, mark them onto this bar, and see how I go. And if I see something interesting, I'll turn the camera on. Okay, so what I'm doing now, you must understand, is like only the first inspection of how it will work. This is by no means ready to be cut yet. I'm just looking at the best options.
Pretty easy.
Now, these two bars, flat bars, are at the same width from there to there. As you can see, the Ford is a little bit wider. I would not be able to utilize the injector ports like the Ford. Not going to happen. That's fine. So, but because it's just a touch wider, it's actually perfect for me, because the hole starts about, I'm just looking, okay, 10 millimeters. The hole for the Jeep is about there. And if I cut this off, where does that end up? Right? Right there. So if I cut these off, these will be pretty much within a couple of millimeters in the right place. Right? The offset is still a little bit different, but I can like angle the hole a little bit. Right? I can angle that hole a little bit. So first I have to make these, excuse me, I will first thing I'm going to do is cut them to length, cut them down to length, then I will mark out the bottom side, okay, like that, on the bottom, and I'll drill these holes. So if I need to or want to, I can bolt these flat bars onto the engine for test fitting and proof fitting and making sure everything is fine. So just doing lots and lots of prep work now, thinking, looking. I'm actually quite pleased with how well things are looking up. And of course, once I've done one set, a second set will be easy. First time is always the hardest. Second time around, piece of piss. So, yeah, it'd be great if I could make one of these up and make it a giveaway for one of you guys. That'd be amazing if I could do that as a thing, like project finished. Hey, I'm going to give someone an intake manifold. That'd be awesome. So, just trying to think of what would be the best way to perfectly cut that square. I have to cut them through there like that perfectly, without wasting too much. And nice if I could like cut the weld so not to waste. Very good, very good. So as you can see, everything is planning. Like to get up to here, I've had days to think about it. I've had days to think about how I'm going to set it all up, what equipment I need, everything has been going on in my head. So now it's just a matter of doing it. The engineering plans are in my head. Now it's just a matter of, what's the word again? Funny, isn't it? Sometimes a single word. Executing. It's in my head, now I just got to execute it. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching. Filming.
Yep.
Let's try this one first. Oh, what a check again. I want to stuff this up. I want to order another lot of covers. Yeah. Should I use lubricant? I mean, I've got a drop saw. I don't know. I don't like the circular saw blades. Although, yeah, not a big fan of cutting aluminium with them. That wasn't so bad. I thought it would take a lot longer. Considering I'd probably end up cutting the corners off around here, because there's no need to have sharp corners, so I'll probably end up tidying it up, but this is the length I need. Just going to do the other one. Okay, so now these are cut to length, the length I require. Now, let's see if all these holes are the same distance apart. $112. $111. Almost 112. Oh, 100. See? Lucky I checked. Lucky I checked. Always got to check, 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 and check again. So now I could just do it easy and get the center punch, clamp this baby down. I could do it that way, or I could measure him properly and do it. Either way works.